This channel was never just about smartphones. Let me ask you something. Did you really think this channel was only about mobile phones? About Samsung versus Apple? About Nokia's fall? About Motorola's comeback? That was just the surface. The name of this channel is TECH Underhood. And underhood means one thing: we don't just look at products. We look at the systems behind them. We started with smartphones because that's the tech everyone touches every day. But technology is bigger than devices. It's money, it's power, it's networks, it's control, it's freedom. It's the invisible systems shaping our future. And today, we go deeper than ever before. Today, we talk about something most people hear about, but very few truly understand. Bitcoin, not the price, not trading, not get rich quick. The technology behind it, because Bitcoin isn't just digital money. It's part of a much bigger shift. Let's rewind for a moment. Humanity started with barter. You give me wheat, I give you cattle. Then came gold and silver, something scarce, something physical. Then paper currency backed by governments. Then plastic cards, numbers in bank databases. And now, we're entering a world of chain-based currency. Money that doesn't live in banks. Money that lives on a distributed network. No central authority. No physical form. Just code. And this shift isn't random. It's connected to digital identity, to global digital systems, to the transformation of how nations operate. Some people call it financial freedom. Others call it surveillance capitalism. Some see it as the future. Others see it as a threat. So the real question isn't, is Bitcoin good or bad? The real question is, what is the technology behind it and what does it actually mean for humanity? That's what we're going to break down. No complicated math, no confusing jargon, no technical overload, just simple explanations. Because technology should empower you, not intimidate you. This is TECH Underhood, and today, we go under the hood of Bitcoin. Let's begin. So before we decide whether Bitcoin is good or bad for humanity, we first need to understand one thing very clearly. Bitcoin is not just money, it is a technology. And that technology is called blockchain. Now don't let the word scare you. Blockchain sounds technical, complicated, maybe even only for programmers. But in reality, the core idea is surprisingly simple. Imagine a notebook. This notebook is shared between thousands of people around the world. Every time someone sends money to someone else, a new line is written in that notebook. Alex sent 0.1 Bitcoin to Bill. That's it. Just a record. Now here's the interesting part. No single person owns this notebook. No bank controls it. No government edits it. No company can delete entries. Everyone has a copy. And every time a new transaction happens, everyone updates their notebook together. That shared notebook is blockchain. What makes it different from banks? When you send money through a bank, the bank updates its private database. You don't see it. You don't control it. You just trust them. With Bitcoin, trust is replaced by mathematics. Instead of trusting an institution, the system uses cryptography and code to verify transactions. Every transaction is grouped into a block. That block is connected to the previous block, and over time, blocks form a chain. Block plus chain is equals to blockchain. But why does this matter? Because once a block is added to the chain, it cannot be changed. If someone tries to cheat or alter a transaction from the past, they would have to change every block after it on thousands of computers worldwide. At the same time, that's practically impossible, and that's what makes it secure, the evolution of money. Let's zoom out for a second. We started with barter. I give you wheat. You give me milk. But barter had problems. What if I don't want milk? So we moved to gold and silver. Gold had value because it was scarce and difficult to mine. Then came paper money. Paper represented gold. Later, we removed gold backing entirely. Now money is just trust. Then came plastic, credit cards, digital banking, UP, online wallets, and now, blockchain-based currency. The pattern is clear. Money is becoming more digital, more abstract, more system-based. Bitcoin is simply the next step in that evolution, but it introduces something new: decentralization. What is decentralization? Right now, financial systems are centralized. There is a central authority, central banks, governments, regulators. They control supply. They control interest rates. They can print money. Bitcoin removes that central authority. No one can print more Bitcoin beyond its limit of 21 million coins. It's programmed scarcity. Unlike fiat money, which can be printed during crises, Bitcoin's supply is fixed. Some people see this as freedom, others see it as dangerous. And that's where the debate begins. Mining. Where do Bitcoins come from? You can't just create Bitcoin randomly. New Bitcoins are created through a process called mining, but this isn't mining like digging gold from the ground. It's solving complex mathematical problems using powerful computers. Miners compete to solve these problems. The first one to solve it adds the next block to the chain. As a reward, they receive newly created Bitcoin. This process does two things. It creates new coins. It secures the network, but it also consumes a lot of electricity. And that's one of the biggest criticisms. Is it sustainable? Is it environmentally responsible? That's still being debated globally. So, is Bitcoin just currency? Not exactly. The real revolution is not Bitcoin as money. It's blockchain as infrastructure. Because once you have a secure, decentralized system of recording data, you can use it for much more than money. For example, smart contracts, digital identity, supply chain tracking, voting systems, NFTs, decentralized finance, DeFi. Imagine contracts that execute automatically without lawyers. Imagine land records that cannot be altered. Imagine sending money globally without banks, within minutes. That's the technological shift we're talking about. The new global order angle. Now let's address something people often connect with Bitcoin, the idea of a new global order. As economies digitize, governments are also developing their own digital currencies. These are called CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Unlike Bitcoin, these are centralized. Governments can track transactions. They can monitor spending. They can even potentially freeze digital wallets. So here's the interesting contrast. Bitcoin equals decentralized digital money. CBDCs equals centralized digital money. Both are digital, but the philosophy behind them is completely different. One gives control to the network. The other keeps control with the state. And that's where technology meets politics. Is it good or bad for humanity? Let's be honest. Every major technology shift in history created fear. When the internet started, people said it would destroy society. When social media began, people thought it was revolutionary. Now we debate its consequences. Bitcoin is similar. On one hand, financial inclusion for unbanked populations, borderless transactions, protection against inflation in unstable economies. On the other hand, price volatility, speculation bubbles, scams and fraud, energy consumption. Technology itself is neutral. It depends on how we use it. The bigger picture, here's what really matters. We are moving into an era where digital systems define reality. Money is digital. Identity is digital. Work is digital. Assets are digital. Blockchain is part of that transformation. But whether Bitcoin becomes dominant or not, the idea of decentralized systems is here to stay. And if you understand the technology behind it, you won't be controlled by headlines, hype, or fear. You'll understand what's actually happening, and that's what TECH Underhood is about. Breaking down complex technologies, removing the fear, removing the jargon, and explaining it in a way anyone can understand. Because the future isn't just being built by developers and governments, it's being built around you. And if you don't understand it, you risk being shaped by it instead of shaping it yourself. In the next video, we can go deeper into how Bitcoin transactions actually work step by step, or how mining difficulty adjusts, or how wallets store private keys, or even whether Bitcoin can truly replace traditional banking. But for now, ask yourself, is Bitcoin just another currency? Or is it the beginning of a technological shift bigger than money itself? Let me know what you think.